Welcome back to Let's Play Get a Look. No. What am I thinking? Go Nippon 2016 edition. I don't know why I almost said Kano Shoujo there. But a similar title is Kano Shoujo. Just like, going back to that, I originally played it like, this is kind of getting off subject, but this is usually our part to start, really, isn't it? But I was playing Kano Shoujo 2, well, reading, I suppose, the past 2 days, sort of. Because, like, when I originally played through it, I'd only, like, played up till, like, one of the endings, essentially. Because a lot of the endings are just game over endings, but I went through those. Pretty interesting and all that. And, messed up and all that, because of the theme bits and all that. Anyways, though, the reason I'm bringing this up is, I was like, because it's got voice acting, right? And like I said, like, when I went to Eno, as I called it, I was like, referenced that, didn't I? Kano Shoujo, Kano Shoujo 2, I think also Pythagoras as well. The locations around that area, you see. And the protagonist said the name of it, and I realized I'd been pronouncing it wrong the whole time. It's Ueno. Ueno. I don't know how I managed to get that mixed up, because in Japanese, like if you see in Romanji an I, that is E. If you see an E in Romanji, it's E. If you see a U, it's U. It's kind of weird. It's like, if you look at Romanji, it's like, yeah, it is helpful and all. And you don't read it exactly like how you'd read it in English, because the pronunciation is different. It's like the same with like European languages, I imagine. Where you just look at it, it's like, yeah, I'll pronounce it in the typical kind of English way. Look at it like English, the English language. But the pronunciation will be different on certain letters, wouldn't it? But anyways, was there anything else I was gonna say? Oh yeah. It's just like after all that, and finally like 2 comments, and neither of them actually were for any location. It's like one of them simply, go with my own choice. I suppose that would probably be the case. I have no idea where to go. Also, I was like, when playing Kano Shoujo, like, I remembered like, Shinjuku, that's another location we can visit, that I haven't visited any LLPs. But I don't know, man, it's just like, I'm just thinking that because, like, the protagonist in Kano Shoujo has his, like, what is it called? His office or something like that is based in Shinjuku. So that's kind of interesting, I guess. Kind of like, I don't know. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I just don't know, I'm crap at choosing anyways. I just can't resist that smell. Let's do tempura. Oh yeah, I remember that. This part. That was a cluster, man, that previous recording was. Like, when I noticed it was 10 o'clock, I ended up, like, uploading later the result. But that's nothing compared to the previous part, which I also recorded the same day. Because I overslept, and I ended up uploading, like, a freaking midnight or so like that. Because I literally woke up at midnight, it was ridiculous. I was just like half asleep, and you know me, if you've seen any of my video descriptions these days, I tend to be, you know, like, very text-heavy descriptions. While you see, like, a lot of YouTubers would just, like, have, like, literally no new description, it's just copy and pasted. Mine is, like, all kind of detailed and just points out what happened in the part. So, just, like, I was just, like, so half asleep, and just like, great. Run down a thing as I go instead of going into full detail like I usually do sometimes. Anyways, in the previous part, there was tempura or inagi or whatever the fuck. And like I said in the previous part, I think the tempura looked nicer, so even the protagonist agrees. One tempura. Yeah, inagi is expensive, right? It's certainly not cheap, and the price has only been going up lately. What about tempura? It can be expensive in the best shops, but it shouldn't be too bad around here. Tendon is surely the cheaper of the two. Then let's get Tendon. Oh, another thing while playing Kano Shoujo it has like an index or something like that, like for various words and stuff that come up in the novel. And one thing that bugged the shit out of me was like this one name of a character, and it points out, it's like, oh, it's like, you may be wondering, this name and this name, they're both the same, but they're written with different characters, and that made me think, I have not learned anything about kanji. I've already, like, thought that kanji is probably freaking ridiculously hard to understand compared to hiragana and katakana, and that makes it more so if there's, like, names that use different characters but are the same name, but have a different meaning to it or something. It's like, what? Or is that just like if you combine the last name and stuff, but there was just the first name, it's just like my mind. I can't remember what it was Satsuki or something like that. Satsuki? I don't know. I was wondering why in the game it looked like they misspelled it a lot of times, but maybe not. I don't know. It just confused the crap out of me. Like sometimes it'd be Satsuki, and then it'd be like Satuki or something like that. It's like, is that a typo or am I just... I don't know. But essentially it was like pointing out like the names begins with re instead or something like that, and it's just like, oh my god, as if it wasn't confusing enough. And actually hearing the voice acting, just like, I get an idea of like how the language sounds a bit more, because it's been a while, you know, since I've actually heard any Japanese outside of my course, like spoken anyway, and it's just like, oh, my mind does not compute so much freaking, just like, I really think that learning a different language, especially if it's like really different compared to the language you grew up with essentially and learned, is more or less like going back to square one, isn't it? Just like, okay, we learn the alphabet first, we make our way up, we learn phrases, and then eventually we will have a decent enough vocabulary to hold a conversation. I am clearly not at that stage yet, though. Man, what a pain in the ass. Then shall we go to that one? They're throwing tempura at the entrance. It's a bit like a stage show, that's why we could smell it from over there. Oh, another thing. When I was playing Karno Shoujo, like, because like it's partially based in the, well, it kind of goes over quite a few prefectures or wherever in Tokyo essentially. But remember when we went to Ueno and there was that one street with all the stores? I've already forgotten what it was called. But the protagonist in Karno Shoujo 2 actually mentions that. He like casually thinks, oh, maybe I should go there and get something for Yukari, his sister. It's like, oh my god, it was Amiyoko, wasn't it? That was the name of the place. He mentioned that. He's just like, oh yeah, I actually know that place now. Didn't like one of the street vendors say something about its name changing over the years or something like that? Because like, Karno Shoujo is like based in the 1950s essentially, so that was years ago and it was called that back then, if that's to be the case. Anyways, so it's kind of neat. It's just like, oh, I actually understand what he's talking about there, I know that place. And by that I mean I know like sort of how it looked, but not back in the 50s. I have no idea. Anyways, it does smell good. I'm really getting hungry. Welcome, just the two of you. Oh, hi, just the two of us. You know, honestly, it feels more natural to say hi rather than oh yes. I don't know. Then please step inside. It's got a nice retro atmosphere. I can't wait for the tendon. Ah, that was so good. The tendon was so crispy and the sauce was amazing. He said that it's a secret recipe handed down for over 100 years. Where is the 100 years in this? I have no idea. I don't know what 100 years is in Japanese. Wow, more than 100 years? That shop has that much history. Maybe that might be 100 years, I don't know. During the Great Kanto earthquake and the Tokyo bombings, the people of that shop kept their source recipe safe. What? It's me trying to comprehend what's that gonna do anything. You're just like, in other words, they were able to survive those and carry on the recipe, I imagine, is what you're getting at. Well, she's getting at, whatever. Wow, they worked that hard to protect the recipe. That's case, then no wonder it was so good. Makes me think of SpongeBob with the Krabby Patty freaking recipe. Just imagine the Japanese version of Plankton. It's like, I will find that recipe! I will freaking... I'll get that recipe someday! You're right to follow your nose all the way there. And all that. I feel a bit stuffed, so let's walk around. We still haven't seen the shrine. Where are we going next? We're on the Shrine Road, dumbass. What do you think? Next is the Taishakuten. Yeah, the Taishakuten, the temple with a weird name. That's a funny way to remember it. Yeah, temple with a weird name. Oh, so this is the Taishakuten. It's an amazing gate. Where's the gate? That? I don't know. Google Maps away! There's a cat that wants to get in the room again. Hey, your legs! They're morphing out of existence again. It feels like we're a bit further away in this map than we are in the game, visual novel. Are they doing some construction over there? I like this kind of architecture though. It's nice. Faceless strangers on the street to the temple. Everything's a little blurred, I wonder why. I mean, the faces, fair enough, but... well, the ground's also blurred a bit, to be fair. Just like that sign over there. It's blurred. Then you got... what is that? I have no idea. Nice though, I guess. Yeah, it does. It looks like we're a lot closer here than is. Hey, look, it's the fancy trees! Finally, we see them! What type of tree is that? I have no idea. By the way, remember how I said I was going to look up the Taishakuten's real name? And how you have trouble freaking saying the name of this damn temple all the time? Did you look it up? It's technically the Kyoei-san Dakyoji. I remember from the other times I played for this, adding G at the end for temples, isn't it? Daikuji, that's totally different. How did it go from Taishakuten 10? Taishakuten is the name of the god venerated here. The Shimamata Taishakuten is very famous in Tokyo, so most people would assume you're talking about the temple rather than the god if you said its nickname. Is it really that famous? Well, it looks like a really nice stylish temple. You know, back to Kara Shoujo 2 for a second, it's just like... I don't know, just in general really, it's like, you look at like Western kind of religions nowadays, there's like just one god. But in all religions there's multiple gods, countless amounts. It's just like... I can't remember what it was. I remember it's like... there was like... I've heard of some pretty odd gods, like in ancient times and all that, like say Roman times and Greek times, stuff like that. You know, ancient Greece and Rome and all that. Where they have like loads of gods and they have gods for pretty much anything. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there is a god for toilets. I'm pretty sure I've probably read about a god representing toilets. I can't remember, but there have been gods of all kinds throughout history. And like with Japan, it seems like they have like a lot of gods. I don't really know much about, well, really, I don't really know a great deal about religion in general, but like, in Japan, all I know with religion-wise is like the Shinto, there's Buddhism, and I have no idea what other ones there are, but whatever. But I would say like, back to I don't know, Shoujo 2, is like, I just figured an example, like, in Kano Shoujo 2, there's like this rural village is kind of the main kind of setting. Like, sort of anyway, it's like where the main plot comes into it, and like, essentially, they have like their own god thing essentially going on. It's just, I don't know, there's also a temple there, which is all connected to it. It's just, I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because I've played through it, but I'm not going to go into detail about it, because that would spoil the plot of it. And anyways, let's get back to the plot.
The gate was 2 stories tall when it was built in the Meiji era, and they call it Nippon. It's said to have been modeled after the Yomemon of the Nikko Toshogu.
Man, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Toshogu sounds familiar. A pretty famous shrine, I think. Where did Tora-san have his first bath, I wonder?
What?
This is Tora-san's temple, right?
Oh, you mean the movie? Probably the main hall, but I'm not really sure. Well, why don't we pay our respects? Oh, it seems we can enter the hall of worship here to pay our respects.
You're right, everyone's going inside.
You have to take your shoes off here. Put them in the shoe cupboard.
Here, right? Okie-dokie and all that. Wow, look, Makoto, stairs are made of tatami.
You're right, don't they feel wonderful under your feet?
When I step on a tatami mat, I really feel like I'm in Japan. Nothing says Japan like tatami mats. Well, I suppose it is like very Japanesey, if that's a word. Oh, we're here. Do we just pay our respects in the front there?
Yes, it appears so. This is such a quiet place. Oh, it seems we're prohibited from taking pictures.
The solemn atmosphere has me feeling a little tense.
Here's the offering box. It's a temple, so you don't have to clap your hands.
That's the thing with them as well, like the offering box with these temples. It's like, 2 examples I can think off the top of my head is like in Kano Shoujo 2 there was an offering box of sorts. It was a very different one, because like, I know, they had to write down the names or something for it. It's very different, obviously, to the norm. And the other one I can think of is the one in Persona 4 with that damn fox. It's like, oh, you want a character that will have development throughout, like, the social link? Screw you, here's a fox, do some random shit. It's just like, what the hell? You got all those relationships you build up, and then you got a fox out of nowhere. Anyways, oh, it's the no clapping version. Thanks, arigato. Put some money in. Some money in, I've put 7 pence. Don't clap, just put your hands together and close your eyes. Let my journey end safely and let me grow closer to Makoto and Akira. There. Makoto's still praying. I wonder what she's praying for.
Sorry, did I make you wait?
Oh, it's okay.
Then let's head out.
You were praying pretty hard. What did you wish for? How does one pray very hard, anyway?
For you to have a safe journey, Michael.
Ah? It's about me? That's the thing, I keep forgetting, like, my name in Japanese, I think I haven't actually checked, actually. I'm just kind of, Makeru. I think that's probably how my name would be like in Japanese. I'm just assuming this based on like the alphabet essentially. Like Ma-I-Ru-Ku. Or something like that. Because they don't have the letter L, do they? And like, it's the way my name is like, you know, it's like Michael. M-I-C-H-A-E-L. And you know what? I've mentioned this before, and I'll say it again. Back when I was in school years ago, when I was a lot younger, well, really, I can't even remember when. I think it was like primary school, something like that. I just remember like teachers getting my name wrong, like putting the E and A in the wrong place. I don't know how they manage that. My name is very common after all. I mean, really, if you were to say my name to someone, just like Michael, spell that name, and you're not familiar with that name, or you're not, overly familiar with the English language, you'd be like, oh my god, I don't know how to write that. That sounds confusing. Michael, my M-Y, no, M-I. Okay. Is there a K? No. Is there a C? Okay, what comes after that? A H. You what? I don't hear a H in that. It's just language in general, like not just the English language. Language in general has these freaking words, names that just kind of contradict the whole alphabet, doesn't it? It's just like you learn the alphabet, and that gets thrown out the window half the time with words because the pronunciation is totally different. It's like, well, what the fuck, man? Anyways, it was about me.
Yes,
and all. You use your precious offering for my sake.
You call it an offering, but it's mostly about how you feel. I do want you to have lots of fun memories of Japan, Michael.
Arigato. It's like, not even gonna have his thank you and arigato at the top there. What's up with that?
So, Tashimashita, now why don't we walk around a little? And there it did it again! Oh, look at that!
Ah, a monster! Kaiju!
Oh, this is the lion dance. It says it's an... Mikuji.
Mikuji?
Mikuji are like fortune givers out by shrines and temples. Pull out a piece of paper and it has your fortune written on it.
That sounds interesting, but where do I pull out the paper?
I'm pretty sure you put money in, and then the lion will give you the... Mikuji.
Oh, it moves. That sounds even more interesting. Okay, I'll try it.
Now put the money in here.
I'm so nervous. Hey, played a little song and started up. You got £1.41. It keeps showing it in pounds, so I don't know the comparison like in Japanese. Like he put 7p in there already, didn't he?
The movements are so realistic. It really is dancing.
So how do I get my Mikuji? It's like, stop dancing and give me my fortune already.
Hopefully in its mouth. Oh, look.
You're right, there's a little paper inside.
Look, it's going to drop it into the... receptacle.
It came out! Well, what do I do with it?
Open it.
Well, yeah, that seems like the natural thing to do. How do I open it? Oh, it opened, what does it say?
Let me see. Tsukichi.
Suikichi? Is that good? I don't know, you've been learning Japanese longer than me, probably, Mr. Protagonist. How don't you know that?
Well, it's lower middle, more or less.
I remember, like, it was all in the first playthrough. It was probably the first playthrough, but it might have been the second playthrough I've done, Let's Play wise. But I remember one time visiting one of these temples, they had a similar thing, didn't it? It's like, where they was like, oh, I'm not going to tell you what that means. I'm just going to give this look that indicates, it's not really all that great. Lower middle seems questionable.
But Kichi means luck, so it's okay if it were bad luck. It would say Kyo.
So Kyo means bad luck, as well as it being a name, or what? How does he not know this? I mean, luck seems like it, well, how don't I know it for one thing? If I was about to claim this, like, that probably seem like something you'd learn early on in Japanese, a word like luck. But I didn't know that. Kichi. Keep that in mind. I'll probably forget it anyway, though. Is there something higher than Suikichi? I'm not sure. Notes. Suekichi. Now this is like kind of like thinking back to why I just rambled on about like complete contradictions with the alphabet, and I was like referring to English, but I think it's the same with Japanese as well. Like some words will contradict the alphabet and don't sound anything like you think they would. But based on that, it should be Suekichi. That's my guess, because that's how it's pronounced in the alphabet. Suekichi. Like in my notes, I write this one. It's like key, as in key. You know, key as in, you know, a key. You know, to unlock shit, essentially. Anyways.
I believe Shukichi, Kichi and Daikichi.
Oh! I think you get it. If, like, the one common thing here is Kichi, so I imagine Kichi means luck, and adding these on gives different types of luck. That many? Then I'm second from the bottom.
I don't think you need to worry about it that much.
Yeah, I won't. Great.
You're very worried, aren't you? Oh, look, there's another Omekuji next to it. Why don't you pull another?
I could try again.
Yes, once more won't hurt.
Oh, that's gonna make a Project Diva app. Like with the fortune telling thing in the Vocaloids rooms. Just like I remember, like, I think I had it in Mako's room, and whenever she'd like pull it out and just be like, very bad luck, she's like, just like, no, try it again, then suddenly, very good luck. Just like, nope, you keep freaking, you know, taking from the freaking fortune thing until you get good luck. Okay, I'll try it. Go on, dozo. Okay, here we go, another £1.41.
That came out, let me see.
What does it say?
Suekichi.
Ah, the same thing.
Yes.
It's just like, this was fated to be, Mr. Protagonist. So I really am second from the bottom.
Well, there's another Omekuji over there. Let's try it.
Is it really okay to keep doing it? Just like, keep doing it until you get good luck.
You can do it as many times as you want. Luck is something you make for yourself.
Look at that face. It's like that. It's just like determined. Just like, no, we'll get good luck. We'll find it.
Thank goodness, Daikichi is amazing. That's the luckiest there is.
It only took you like, I don't know, because it was off screen. Yeah, I only got it after 12 tries, though. Every other time was Suekichi. 12 times. I wonder if it added it on to today's expenses. It would have had to do it off screen, though.
The number of times doesn't matter. What matters is what you got the last time.
So in that way, you just keep trying until you get the best luck. Really? That's good then.
Yes, it's fine.
She was just teasing me, right? Jeez. Well, where shall we go next?
Why don't we walk towards the river? They have a ferry.
Ah yeah, I remember they mentioned something about that, didn't they? Oh, that's right, you said we could cross the river on a boat.
That's right, we still have time, so let's go.